Hello, my intelligent and delicate Virgos. This is for you guys. Obviously, not predictions for January since we are at the end of the month. I'm not stupid, don't worry. This is different. I just decided it's a new project, first and foremost. I will tell you about that. We'll try to do monthly predictions. We'll focus on love. So we all have, as much as we can, get some peace of mind and heart, because everything else then it's way easier to deal with. However, because January is near the end and I wasn't able to start my project at the beginning of the year as I did intend, I started it today. There is no coincidence, it's all synchronicity. Today Moon and Pluto are in a position, they bring us truth and clarity, so it's all happening at the right time. And it's not, as I said, about predictions, it is about us learning to listen for a change to the guidance there is out there for us, for the guidance that we so gracefully are being granted, instead of forcing the spirit to show us what we want or need or think we need to know. We will try to be as clear as possible. I do not like generals, hence delaying starting this. I wanted to find a way of doing it as specific as possible, so sometimes perhaps the information is general, obviously, as it addresses to a lot of people, but I will at least try to be a bit more specific about the people I am talking to. So now we are talking Virgos, but let's see if this is Virgos. It is Virgos for sure, star sign, not rising or moon. We will look at each of them afterwards. I just wanted to see if it's both men and women. I feel this is women, I would say. Not because I got this card, which means balance. It would probably to a certain degree address both genders, but mainly I would say mainly women. So the advice for you, Virgo, beautiful Virgo women, because I love you guys. My mom was a Virgo. I've lost my mom last year. It was a really difficult year for me. If you want to talk about bereavement and grief, grieving process, I will do that in a separate video. You just need to look up not the predictions and psychic readings, tarot readings. You need to look at the playlist with life mentoring, and you will find that uploaded soon as well. So beautiful Virgos, this is about you guys. Girls, ladies, is about finding a balance in a new situation that you are going to go through. It's nothing bad as such. It is, though, completely different in a way, on an emotional level, I would say. There you go. I was just saying emotional level, and the Lover's card just popped out. It doesn't have to be relationship. I will check to see if it's relationship. I have a feeling no, it's not necessarily just relationship. It's about connections and emotions, and how your emotions make you think, and how you think and you make yourself feel, because it works both ways. So a new situation, which is not going to be that simple, but is meant to happen because it leads to a complete change of destiny. I believe it's something that you cannot avoid whatsoever. I don't believe it affects you directly necessarily, as it could affect somebody, somebody in the house, somebody you have around, somebody you have some sort of connection, relationship with, but not necessarily love relationship. So if you have anyone around you, dear, close to you, who's going through a difficult time, you have to be there, composed, strong, balanced, as you normally are anyway. Find logic, find sense in the situation, accept it, help them through it, help them accept it, help them understand that here's the wheel of fortune, so it's a change that's meant to happen. It's normally positive. What goes down goes up. It was coming regardless, so whoever is going through it needs to learn to accept and deal with it. And obviously thinking about and mentioning about my mom was again no coincidence, and not just because she was a Virgo as well, but look what came up for you. It's about learning to have and find emotional balance and give emotional support to those around you who need it. It's grieving and hurting. I'm not saying somebody around you will necessarily grieve, but it could be a situation that they are grieving, not a person. For example, I'm not saying is not right. It's a lengthy process. It goes up and down. But we need to be logical about it. We need to learn to live with the pain. We need to accept it. We need to learn to accept what we can't change and change what we can't accept. But this is more about acceptance, about learning not to dwell on things, not to make ourselves suffer. We already go through pain. That's enough. Don't torture yourself thinking about it. Live with it, accept it, get support. You Virgos will give support. You'll be the ones that will give support. So this is, if you like, for you to learn how to know what to say to people, because when they are in a tough emotional situation, because sometimes it's very difficult to find the right words to say anything to anyone who's in a complete emotional turmoil. Now I feel this is more for Virgo men. I believe that Virgo men need to find, so that was mainly for women. Virgo men need to have justice brought to themselves. It's not that they need to find it, they need to be given and offered and given justice in a situation that hasn't been quite right for them, and they did hold back, and it also kept them holding back from a certain so it's very much about associations, is about partners, people who they thought they can work with, they had ideas to collaborate with. They maybe actually actively collaborated and were hoping to take their ideas and activity further towards success, but they were not quite sure as to whether that is good and it should happen. I believe that they will find the wisdom of expressing what they think and what their concerns are, and I believe that those possible connections, associations, partnerships that they weren't quite sure about do have a lot of positive energy supporting them to go ahead and heal through proper, positive, calm communication, whatever concerns there might have been. Takes patience, it takes willingness, it takes, as I said, good, positive, calm communication. So go ahead, guys, do it. Just to know how to speak and how to express yourselves, and find the right time and the right way of doing it as well. And remember, there is balance and there is justice coming to you. Let's have a look now at Virgo rising. So what would be the advice for Virgo rising? Okay, very similar energy, Justice and the King of Swords, so a lot of legal stuff. So whatever you have official going on for you or around you, you will be supported in finding the right ideas, the expressing yourself in a positive way. If you weren't sure about what you need to say, you will know if you think about it again in a composed manner, which is normally typical for Virgos when they are at their best, but they can be pushed as well over the limit, and they can lose it, and then their communication isn't necessarily the greatest. They also tend sometimes to change their mind quite a lot or be unsure about things. So Virgo rising, balance, equilibrium, justice being brought to you. You are being supported in anything and everything official, legal. You have the right energy going on for you. You do have to do some contemplating before you speak. You need to know what to say and how to say, but you can do it, and the universe will be there to back you up, and things will come to completion. Again, this is about partnerships of any sort, so I believe that it can be relationship and work connections, love relationship, friendships, work connections, partnerships in business, whatever they are, they can come to a positive outcome if you do it from a place of calmness, of self-composure, using your typical analytical intelligence, and speak softly, like I do now, and I don't usually do. I can't believe it's typical to be overwhelmed by the energy of the Virgo took over, and I am speaking in a completely different way that I normally do. I'm amazed myself, but I'm not at the same time. So let's have a quick look and see what the advice is for Virgo moon. So people with moon in Virgo, let's see what is the advice for them. What are they guided towards? Well, this time is about, so the relationships, friendships, partnerships seem to be the general theme for Virgos, all Virgos. However, as you have noticed, it differs in for each of them in the sense of what type of relationships and partnerships. This time with Virgo moon is about family connections, family relationships, and about love relationships. You may have to change the way you approach anything. Let me see, because I have a feeling this could be with you having to accept change, having to overcome some old beliefs that don't serve you right when it comes to traditions, cultural background, family connections, and let new into your life, guys. You have to accept some new. Yeah, I think you're going to be again a little bit pushed towards wisdom, towards proper communication, but at the same time soft communication. You have to learn how to accept new things, new people, different cultures, different, it's about tolerance, if you like. It's about moving forward. It's about leaving behind, as I said,